So if you aren't aware, this weekend, tomorrow actually, is the beginning of the Las Vegas Hoenn Tour event for Pokémon GO. So this video is going to be a guide of things to target, what you should prepare, etc. if you plan to be at the park. Keep in mind this is not for the global event, that is the following weekend, and I will have a separate video up for that. So obviously you want to start with your big things. You want to start with your water, your snacks, portable chargers, decent shoes that you can wear around the park, etc. I'm not going to cover hotels or getting there or anything because that stuff's already been published by now and it's not too hard to find. I will not be at the Vegas event, but I will more than likely be streaming the global one on my Twitch. But again, we'll cover global stuff in a separate video. So obviously for the Pokemon, what are some things you want to target? Well, obviously you want to target the Dust Boosted Mons. These are Pokemon that when cut will give you additional Stardust on top of Star Piece and Weather Boost. So for Hoenn we have Shroomish, Breloom, Sableye, and Chimecho. Shroomish gives a base of 500 Dust, Breloom gives a base of 700 Dust, Sableye gives a base of 750 Dust, and Chimecho gives a base of 1000 Dust. Now obviously these stack with Weather Boost and Star Pieces, but these are the only Generation 3, aka Hoenn Pokemon that give boosted Stardust at the moment. And these are spawning throughout the various habitats. So if you see any of these, make sure you catch them, and all of these can be shiny. Except for Breloom, but you're not going to see one of those. Unless you get super lucky. The only thing listed in the spawn is Shroomish. But regardless, if you see any of those 3 or /4 Pokemon, make sure you catch them. Especially with the Star Piece. Now the Hoenn Regionals, Torkoal, Tropius, and Relicanth are exclusive to 10Ks at both the Vegas and the global event. So if you're after any of those, good luck. We do not know at the current time if 10Ks will be boosted in the park or not, let alone if they'll be shiny boosted. But that's a whole separate topic. The 2K eggs have the starters of Trico, Torchic, and Mudkip. 7Ks are Trapinch, Bagon, Beldum, and something else. And then the 5K eggs are Cacnea, Surskit, and... oh, I should know this. Gulpin. Those 3 are brand new shinies. This event will make everything that isn't a first or second stage evolution shiny eligible in the wild in the game from now till however long. We do not know what the rates on some of this stuff will be, either during the event or after. Which gets into the next point. What Pokemon are boosted shiny rates? Well, for Generation 3, we have Absol, is about a 1 in 65 to a 1 in 125. We have Mawile, which is around 1 in 75-ish. We have Clamperl and Feebas, which are around the 170-ish. We have the baby, so we have Wynot, Pichu, etc. Azurill, all those. Spinda is about a 1 in 64-ish. Shedinja is boosted, but I don't remember what the rate on it is right now. We also don't know how Shedinja is going to be handled at the current time of recording this, so... and then obviously Kyogre and Groudon are the legendary rate, about 1 in 20 to 1 in 30. And then what? We don't know if Rayquaza, the Lottie duo, are going to be in the tour event, because we are getting them in the Royal Rumblings prior event. And then the Reggies are also about a 1 in 20, 1 in 30. And we do know that Las Vegas will have some quest line around the park, so you have to scan stuff to get encounters with them or something. We don't know how that's going to work, but the website does show that there's going to be something for them. And then what Pokemon in Generation 3 should you target for Mega Evolution? Well, we have Sceptile, Blaziken, and Swampert. These are the best grass, fire, and water megas in the game right now. pending Primal Kyogre, but then Mega Blaziken is also a decent Mega Fighting type. Sceptile gains the Dragon type, and then Swampert is Water Ground. So they're budget Megas in those types as well. We have Mega Altaria, which is Dragon Fairy, Mega Absol, which is Dark, Mega Bayonet, which is Ghost, Mega Glalie, which is Ice, Mega Aggron, which is Steel, Mega Latios and Mega Latios, and they're Dragon Psychic. Am I missing anything? Oh yeah, Mega Gardevoir, Psychic Fairy, Mega Salamence, Dragon Flying, and Mega Manectric, which is Electric. And then Primal Groudon and Primal Kyogre are Ground and Fire for Groudon and Water for Kyogre. Primal Groudon and Kyogre will become the #1 Ground and Water types with their signature moves, Precipice Blades and Origin Pulse, which are making their debut at this event, and then Global the following weekend. So you might want to raid the Primals. Well, personally, unless you are in Vegas with a ticket, I would advise not raiding them. Because if you do not have a Vegas ticket and you remote into one of these raids, you will not get their signature moves, you will not get the energy to Primal revert them, you will just get the base encounter. Whereas people in Vegas with the Vegas ticket will get the ability to Primal revert and get their signature moves. Global will not get those abilities until the following weekend at the Global event. Then again, we don't know how the Lottie Duo and Rayquaza is going to be handled during this. We don't know if there's collection challenges. We'll find all that out this weekend. And then what Pokemon do you want to prioritize for PvE? Well, we have Shadow Salamence as the #1 Dragon type. We have Shadow Metagross as the #1 Steel type. We have the Megas for your candies and your XLs. Then what about future coming Megas? Well, we have Mega Mawile, Mega Rayquaza, which who knows how that's going to be handled. We don't know yet. And then there's a couple of Mega Medicham, which is Fighting Psychic. Mawile is Steel and Fairy. Mega Sableye, Ghost and Dark. So there's a bunch more Megas that still have yet to come out for Hoenn. Primal. Mega Sharpedo and Camerupt. So basically, if it has a Mega Evolution, either out or coming, you want to target those for the XL candy for them. And then with your Shadows, you've got Shadow Mawile is a thing. Shadow Sableye is a thing. Those are super relevant in PvP. Altaria is relevant in PvP. The starters with their Calm Day moves are relevant. You got Mega Glalie for your Ice DPS. That is the best Ice Mega right now. Trapinch has some PvE play as a Flygon. Ludicolo has some play. The one you want to avoid really is Slackoth, because even with its Calm Day move, it's still not really useful for anything aside from gym defense. But at the end of the day, obviously, shinies. Las Vegas will have boosted shiny rates. We don't know what those are, but it's expected to be about 1 in 80, 1 in 70-ish, 1 in 100, something like that. I'll touch on Global's version of all this in the following video sometime before that happens, but so obviously if you need a shiny, prioritize that. We do have the Primal Surges based off Kyogre and Groudon. The Kyogre one gives you Rainy Cast Form, Illumise, Lunatone, and something else, I think. I'll probably put a picture up somewhere. And then the Primal Groudon Surge gives you Volbeat, Solrock, Sunny Cast Form, and then something else. These Pokemon are not exclusives. The only thing that this does is impact how many of them you see for each hour. So picking your Ruby or Sapphire version really doesn't matter at the current moment. So pick whichever one of those you want. There is no confirmation that they will give more candy for the respective legendary. We don't know how that's going to work if they do that at all. So the choice doesn't really matter. Pick whichever one you want to pick. You're still going to get the same spawns as everybody else. There are some boxes in the shop right now. They're decent. Storage and bag-in space has been increased. I believe storage goes to 6,200 something. And the bag goes to 5,200 something now. So if you need storage, make sure you guys get that. The boxes, like I said, they're okay. I personally wouldn't buy a bunch of incubators to try to get these regionals. Unless you have that Vegas egg add-on. Then use those ones. But I wouldn't advise against buying for the incubators because of Johto Tour. Because if you don't remember during that, the Corsola raids were a full odds 1 in 500 shiny chance. Those were not boosted during the Johto Tour event, and those were only in raids. So there's a chance that these Hoenn regionals in the 10Ks could not be boosted as well. But if you want to go and grind for those, go ahead. I'm not going to stop you. It's your game. You do whatever you want with it. But the big takeaways are make sure that you have space for Pokemon, space for items, lucky eggs, incense, star piece, any kind of things like that you want to put on. Vegas ticket holders will have some exclusive Team Rocket working with them research. At the moment, we do not know what those are or what that will entail. So because we don't know what that is, I can't really give any tips about it. So whatever that is, if you're down there, have fun with the event, explore some of the city, do whatever. Hopefully you get what targets you're after for shinies. Hopefully you have fun. Hopefully the weather's great. Again, target those dust boosted mons. Target things for candy for the megas, whether they're out or coming. Get the primals because they're the top in each type and really good. Their DPS is insane. The only thing that beats Kyogre is Ash Greninja. And then Groudon is Groudon. Nothing beats it. Just have fun. Make sure you do the Reggie research quest, whatever that looks like. If you guys need, I'm sure there'll be people there wanting to trade stuff. Honestly, even if you're watching this video and you're in Vegas and you have a bunch of stuff like rare shiny Pikachus or something like that you want to trade, put them in the comments and maybe there'll be other people that watch this video that you can coordinate that with. Like I said, keep an eye on my socials for when the global video will go up, and I'll be streaming that, so stay tuned for that. But overall, just hopefully you get what you want. Make sure you have fun. That's the big thing. If you're going down there, and the event may not be, you might have a terrible event. You may not get anything. Who knows? But make sure that if you're going down there, you get your time worth it. And you're not just doing Go stuff. You're going to the shops around there, doing whatever. Make the most of it. But for Pokemon Go, just make sure you have space for items and Pokemon so you're not having to transfer stuff midway through. If you have a Go Plus or an Auto Catcher, I would recommend bringing that. With an asterisk, if you have one of those, I would have it only catch because of Kecleon. Because if your Go Plus connects to a stop that a Kecleon is on, you will not get the Kecleon encounter. You will have to wait the full 5 minutes for it to reset. So I would just keep the Go Pluses and Gachas on catch mode so that you can still get as many Kecleon checks as possible. Like I said, there are habitats. I'll probably put pictures up of what they all are. The lists are too long to go over right now. But there is one dust boosted mon in every habitat at least. So if you're after dust, then make sure you go after those. I know, for example, Chimecho is in the mist habitat, along with like the ghosts and other stuff. Gorbis has some pretty good value in the home GTS if you're into that. So if you're looking for some stuff to get decent trades from for home, stock up on a couple of those. And yeah, If there's anything else you guys feel would be a great tip that I didn't mention, put it down in the comments. But beside that, hopefully if you're going to Vegas this weekend, hopefully you have fun. Hopefully the weather and the event are great. And subscribe and turn notifications on so that when I do post the global video, you guys don't miss it. Well, with that being said, leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed. About 90% of people that watch these videos are not subscribed to the channel, so they miss uploads and other content. Good luck during your event, and I'll catch you next time.